What's going on, YouTube? So today we're going to be going over my 52 kill game and breaking it down to show you guys how I won the fights that I did and how I kept the pace. My main goal with today's video is to try to help you guys drop higher kill games more consistently, and not only that, but possibly help you guys try to keep the pace to where you guys can drop your own personal records. If that's what you're looking to do, then you are in the right place, because I'm going to break down every little thing that I did to make sure that I got a high kill game here. Before we get into the video though, I do want to say, if you guys do find this video helpful at any time, or if you learned something new, be sure to let me know what it was down in the comments below and leave a thumbs up. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, press that subscribe button if you guys do find this video helpful, or if you guys enjoy this type of content. I'm planning on making a lot more just like it to try to help you guys get higher kill games. So first things first, it might be an obvious tip, but the first thing you want to do when you load into a match, open your minimap, see where the flight path is, see what the hottest drop is going to be, and then you want to pick that spot. In this case, we thought it was going to be Capital because it was directly underneath us, and in buybacks, people want to go towards their buy stations so they can buy their loadout as fast as possible, and that's exactly what happened. We got a quick early kill right here at the start, super easy free kill, and then we could buy our loadout instantly after because we landed on a buy station. Now in buybacks, the early game is always going to be a little bit different because you're able to get your loadout so quickly, so you don't have to go through that whole looting process. That allowed me to get into this helicopter and fly across the map, get the bounty so we can get our res money back, and get into the fights ASAP.
Shit.
He full sent you, bro. No, he just broke his arms. No, I beamed him as he was falling.
So for my first fight in this game, I did do something that is worth noting. First things first is I have a helicopter, and the one thing that I wanted to look for before I even started fighting in the first place was find a spot with a good angle and good cover. Now once I get myself into that position, I try to single out each person one by one using the cover that I have to make sure I can only fight one person at a time. For the first guy in the fight, it was a super easy kill because I used the thing on my left to cover everybody else, slowly crouched to the side to see if I can spot the other ones, got another pick on the truck, and then that left the third guy, which for some reason he was just sitting out in the open. It made it a super easy kill for me, and that was just an easy wipe overall. So for the next important fight that I took, I decided to try and push Subpen because that was the next POI closest to Capital, and there was quite a bit of gunfire there, so we decided to rotate on over. Now again, I still do have my helicopter, so what you want to do whenever you have a helicopter is you want to work your way top to bottom so you don't lose high ground. Now we didn't have a UAV at the start of the fight, so I was trying to get a quick breakdown of what I thought was going around on the rooftop, just so I knew how many people were up there. Now after my fight on the top of Subpen, I did make my way down because we had a UAV rolling and there was quite a few people underneath me. Now if you take a look at the UAV, I had two guys below me, one guy above, and one guy on the same level, and the two guys that were below me were running out of the tunnel at the front of Subpen. So my thought process was I could go back up to the top of Subpen, take my helicopter, get good positioning over them, and shoot them from the high ground after killing the guy up top with me.
They're fighting, they're not friends. There was one outside. There, sir, ma'am.
I think this guy's actually here. Yeah, it is.
Oh, no. I mean, they're just like giving up and going straight. There was another one over there, but I don't know where he went.
Oh, wow. Turned on. So sticking to the plan of going from top to bottom, I killed the guy on the rooftop of Subpen, and then on the UAV, I saw that there was 4 different guys that were lower than me now, so there was more than before. Immediately following that information, they started shooting at each other, so I knew it was 2 teams, so I had to get there quick if I wanted to make sure that I got the most kills that I possibly could out of the fight. Now, when you're playing quads, specifically buybacks, you want to make sure that your helicopter is always quite close to you because they can fly in at any time, take your helicopter, and leave.
Wait, his heli didn't exist. There's 4 guys over there, all ghosted cold-blooded tracker outfit.
Oh, wait, he's running. Easy. Easy.
On the way.
Easy.
Good, because I'm about out of ammo.
He chalked the heli.
So luckily, after leaving Subpen, I did have a helicopter to navigate around quickly. Now, the good thing about that is that I'm able to leave Subpen super quickly after getting all of those kills and just find the next spot where I can try to rack up more. I asked my teammates to pop a UAV so I know if it's safe if I could buy myself a self-res, UAVs myself, just to keep the information flowing. And it turns out that that buy that I was going to go to is completely surrounded. And if you look closely, there's a tac rover about to pull up to the buy station, and he may or may not be on the radar. So I need to watch out for that as well. So if you look closely, the speculation that I had about the tac rover was correct because he was indeed ghosted. So that means there may be more ghosted people around me, for one, and two, I had to kill him just to make sure that I don't forget about him. Once I'm able to kill him, I'm able to buy a self-res, pop a couple UAVs to make sure we have an advance going, and I can find out where every single person is, no matter if they're ghosted or not. Instantly after that, I'm able to use my helicopter again to get high ground. I see 2 guys on this building and 1 more pushing in with the advance, so I know there's 1 person on each level of the building. And again, I'm going to use that strategy of working from top to bottom to make sure I keep the high ground at all times. Now, one thing that is good about having high ground is that it is very hard to push, which is how I caught this guy manslaying, which allowed me to get a very, very quick kill on him. And now lastly, you can use that UAV still to identify where the last 2 guys were, the one who's on the first floor of the building and the one that was across the street, allowing me to get 2 free picks right here. Now, immediately following that play, I decided to pop more UAVs just so I knew where to go next. And one thing that you can start doing if you do have UAVs popped, start dropping down pings on your map so you know where to go after your first fight. Now, what I mean by that is that if you have these 3 guys on the south side of the map, you can put a ping right next to them so you know the general area of where to look after you were to kill the guys at the main Capitol building. If that's something that you lack on is remembering where people were, this is a very, very good way to know where 2 teams are at once. So you want to keep your mind on 1 team at a time and have the ping on the other team just so you know where they could be after the fight.
I need to pick them apart one by one here.
Two more hugging gas.
Yeah.
This is the most annoying fight I've done in a while.
Oh, flying in.
Hey, man.
I have no AR.
Yeah, I'm full.
No, medium, you good.
So for the first kill in this fight, I had a pretty good spot. I had the 2nd story window on him. It was a super easy kill because he was stuck in the open. He did nearly kill me though because he was hitting pretty good shots. The next kill was the only player that I had on the UAV, so I knew where he was, and the rest of them I had to use the sound cues for. So for the first one, super easy kill on the outside there. I played the windows, so I had my cover on the right side. The guys inside could not see me at all. Once I killed that first guy, I got away from the cover, peeked the window, killed the second guy here. After killing the second guy, I used the cover again to make sure that I could reload and get ready for the next fight. And then lastly, for the third guy inside the building, I used a jump shot so he couldn't really hear if I was running towards him. Completely caught him off guard with a whole different angle, and he was completely lost.
Nope.
God. Oh.
Sniping up the hill over here.
Yeah, we have zone on them.
I want to
Yeah,
get this kill before they.
Okay.
He's on
It's
the
gotta
hill.
be
Yeah.
this one. Ready?
I hit him up a
Big.
bunch.
It's not that one.
So for this next big fight that I took, I decided to move down south of Capitol again. And as you can see, I'm using the UAV to my advantage yet again because I am surrounded by 6 different enemies. Now, using the UAV, I can use this information that I have to my advantage. There's going to be 3 guys in the building directly in front of me, 2 to the side, and 1 up in the corner. Now, according to the UAV, there's 2 guys that may be on the roof and 1 guy that may be inside around the mid-level. So when I push up, this is going to be an excellent example of using angles to my advantage. When I'm pushing up the stairs, I have a metal surrounding around me, so I know that I can use a little head glitch that they cannot wallbang, so the only thing they can shoot is my head. Unfortunately, both of them do peek at the same time, so I really can't win a 1v2 like this. So what I do is I shoot one, get him pretty weak. I run back down the stairs to make it seem like I'm running away because I may be afraid of the fight. Give it a few seconds, then I push back up and kill the second guy. After the first 2 kills of the fight, I make my way into the building to find the guy that was on the mid-level in the UAV. Not long after, the guys directly next to us on the left made their way to the top of this building. Now, I didn't know that because I didn't have a UAV at the time, but I just assumed that there weren't any more people. I caught the first one off guard by a lot. He was trying to push out of the building the same time that I was, so I caught him right in the back. Super easy kill. And then the last guy that I killed, I'm assuming this was another guy that was in the building to our left. It was another free kill. He didn't have any guns or anything, so it really wasn't even a fight.
Dude, this game is so bad. What? Is there any chance you can res down or no?
I
How did he not die?
already.
No way.
another madman.
God. Alright, they're just camping in this building. I'm gonna go back to the roof.
This is probably one of the more important fights, and it is quite a long one, so there is a couple things that I want to break down. Immediately following the fight at the movie theater, there happened to be a lot more people than I had originally thought, because the UAV didn't pick up half of these guys. In this frame here, you can see 3 different guys. There's going to be the guy that I'm staring at here, one crossing the road, and then there's one inside the house that you really can't see at the moment, but we saw him just a second ago running inside. Now, my teammates, before they did die, they did pop an advanced UAV, allowing me to rotate a little bit more smoothly. So if you look at the UAV, I have 3 guys on my side, and then I have a bunch of guys over to my left as well, but they aren't paying any attention to me. So my goal is to try and get to the gazebo, get to the buy station, res my teammates, and make sure that we can keep UAVs going. So in order to do so, I had to push into the gazebo, kill the main guy inside of there, just to make sure I had my little space cleared out. And then again, using my advanced UAV, while I'm looting the guy inside the gazebo, I'm able to see that there's 2 people on top of each other in that building. So odds are they're going to be rezzing each other while gas is pushing in, making him panic a little bit. So I'm going to have time to go back to the buy station, res my teammates, and get some more UAVs. So with the zone pushing them, I decided to do a little bit more damage to make him panic even more in case they did happen to look over and see me before the gas pushed them out. Now, they are kind of in the open, so by doing this, they are forced to plate up. So they're probably going to be sitting behind that bus stop, giving me some time to go and res and then possibly chow again. And that is exactly what they did, because they each chowed one by one while the other one was plating up, allowing me to get the reses, get a quick team wipe, and it allows me to rotate in a little bit more.
I was trying to soften him up for you.
It's all good.
Alright, you got a quad on orange. And it should be almost a full team by the bounty. The quad is shooting it down right now.
They're in this building.
Bitch.
Here, hold on, let me get him,
Pushing you.
Oh, I hit him a bit, but I got stuck on the railing. There's 2 out there.
Okay.
One went in the building, one's in the... Oh, there's 3, there's 3, there's 3.
I got this guy.
They're all going in the
Let him go,
building
let him
right
go.
now.
Just run.
Okay.
I need 2 for 50. So immediately following the gazebo play, I decided to try and find high ground inside Capital in the small zone that we had. Now, this goes back to way at the start of the game when I was talking about how you want to go from top to bottom just so you have the right angles. By finding one of the tallest buildings inside Capital, it allowed me to pick off this guy because he was on a lower building thinking he was safe, just wandering completely in the open. Instantly after killing the guy on top of the other rooftop, I saw this guy parachuting in, and I knew it was going to be a free kill because I had complete high ground advantage over it. I ended up pushing a little bit because the gas did start closing in and it was going to push them all out, and I didn't want them to be able to run behind the building and get to cover before I could kill him. The first guy that I fought when I pushed in did get me quite weak, so it was a little bit more difficult to fight the next few guys. But again, that high ground advantage did allow me to play the angle, and I was able to get the next few kills very easily. Now, immediately to my right, there's going to be a whole nother fight going on. So I killed one guy because he was sitting there plating up. Then a little bit further behind him, we saw that my teammate did die to another guy in the doorway there. We know that there's going to be 2 teams probably. If not, then there's one full 4-man there. My teammate was also calling out that there were 3 guys left. My teammate just downed 1, and there was 2 more that I watched run inside and sit in the corner here. These guys were easy picks because they stacked up on top of each other and didn't know what the heck they were doing.
I'm gonna rotate it right a little bit.
None of them should be second floor. It should be all top floor and then roof.
Just, I'll get your thirst. You just focus on downing.
Yep.
There should be 2 roof, 2 second floor.
They're going to be jumping somewhere. Unless
they
they're
have
all
no
still in
choice.
there. They're still in there. Something out left.
One went low left.
2 left.
Close, close, close. Nice.
Let's go!
Oh!
The last fight for this entire gameplay was probably one of the best ones because I was able to use my angles, I was able to use the zone, and it was just overall a very easy hold for me. I was able to use a head glitch while crouching and spraying directly into their building at a concrete barrier so they couldn't shoot through it, and I had a perfect angle on all of them. So I did have a deployable, and I decided to put it down a little bit more to the right so my head glitch was even further than what I had originally. We saw that the 2 guys jumped out the side there. I had one down in the top floor, so it was overall just an extremely easy hold, and I was able to get the kills. bringing me up to 52 kills. We got a total of 10 kills in that quick end game right there. Now, obviously, with these high kill games, you do need a lot of information, and that does come with having teammates that are able to pop UAVs for you, have good communication, and overall just know what they're doing as well. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to drop games like this without that kind of help, but it does help quite a bit, so that is a very big reason on why I did get the game that I did. Now, I know this video was a little bit longer, and some of you may have already seen this gameplay, so if you guys did make it to the end of this, I want you guys to comment the word pineapple down below so I know that you guys are the real ones. I really hope you guys do enjoy this type of video because I enjoy making them, and I do enjoy helping out as much as I possibly can with the knowledge that I have. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do next, or if you have any suggestions on how I should do these videos differently, be sure to let me know down in the comments as well, because I would love to improve these as much as I possibly can. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.